Mono War is a customizable miniature strategy game. Once logged in, you can customize your group by clicking the Customize button. Here you have a choice of 4 factions: Savagery, Fellowship, Shadow, and Mayhem. You can also select a different dice and a different base. In the beginning, you only have the white dice and the classic base to start out with. When you've unlocked more characters and you're ready to customize your group, you can press the Change button. The Fellowship and Savagery faction will start out with 5 unlocked characters. You need 5 characters to create a group to play with. In this group editor scene, you can select any character to see their stats and abilities. When you want to find more information about what their abilities do, you can select on the icon and right-click it. In addition to abilities, each character has access to upgrades. To see what upgrades the character has, press this arrow icon. You can right-click the upgrade to see what it does. Each upgrade has a mana cost. This one's 1, this one's 2. You will earn mana in a match by capturing mana crystals. When you are ready to make a group, add 5 characters from the group builder scene, then save build. Now it's time to play. Press the practice button to play an offline match against the AI. We've entered a match. This one is called Mana Towers. On the top left, you can right-click on the match name to find out what the game is about. Score victory points by capturing the Mana Towers on the map. Whoever has team priority will tally victory points first at the end of each round. At the top right, you will see the round, phase priority, and score information. Let's right-click this. A team that has phase priority gets to go first when the phase starts. Phase priority alternates between each team every new game round. The game starts in the deployment phase, where the player who has phase priority gets to deploy one character first. Let's just deploy this paladin called Zips. After you deploy a character, your opponent will typically deploy a character. You both will take turns until all characters are deployed. In a game against AI, the AI will have all its characters deployed automatically, so you can continue deploying your characters until you are done. The remaining game rounds will consist of 3 phases: the movement phase, the ability phase, and the capture phase. In the movement phase, the player whose turn it is will make a move. Then the opponent will make a move. Each player continues moving characters until all of them have moved. You can select a character by clicking on its model or by clicking its portrait on the left side. Only a character that is able to perform an action will have its portrait populated on the left side. If the character has no remaining actions, its portrait will disappear. You can also tell if a character has remaining actions to do in this phase by looking at the icon next to its name in the game. If it has a number of 1 or more, then it means it can still do things. All of these characters have a 1 next to its name, meaning they all have 1 move action remaining in this movement phase. When you are ready to move a character, click on its model or select its portrait. Then click on the green boot icon near the bottom of the screen. This will open the movement, ability, and capture range rings. For now, let's focus on the movement ring. It is the green colored ring. A character can only move a distance inside this ring, and it cannot land on another object. When you are ready to finish your move, click on the moving model to complete its movement. To circle back, when you select a character to move, its ability range rings and capture rings will also appear. Its ability range rings will either be gold or blue colored. A gold color ring represents the range of a hostile action that your creature can perform on enemy characters. A blue colored ring represents the range of a friendly action that your character can perform on friendly characters. Also, a purple range ring will appear. This represents your character's reach in capturing various objectives like mana towers and mana crystals on the map. When you move a character, keep these ranges in mind so you can ensure you are in range to perform an ability in the ability phase or capture an objective in the capture phase. If I move Woody here, I will be in range to perform a friendly action on Sancho, assuming he doesn't move away, and also in range to capture this mana tower. Grunts are weaker characters that don't have any abilities, but are useful in capturing objectives on the map. They have lower health and fast movement. Once you and your opponent have moved all your characters, the ability phase will start. The player who has phase priority gets to go first. Select a character and perform an ability. Let's select Old Geezer. He can cast Reflect on himself or on Zips the Paladin since he's in range of his blue ability range ring. Let's right-click on the Reflect ability icon to see what it does. Buff friendly target to reflect the next enemy debuff back to the attacker. This buff lasts until it is triggered. That's pretty good. Looks like I need to roll a 3 or higher for it to cast, otherwise it will fail. Let's try to cast this. All I need to do is click Zips now while my range ring is active. I rolled a 1. Nothing happens. The enemy then makes an ability action, and now it is our turn again. Let's select Zips and cast Blessed on Old Geezer. Blessed. I need a roll of 3. This will buff friendly target to prevent direct damage until the next ability phase. Got it. Woohoo! Now the enemy goes. And I wanted to show you this. Once you click Old Geezer, you'll see that the Bless icon has appeared under the effects. You can right click it to see what it does. Prevents all direct damage until the next ability phase. Most effects last only one turn and then they expire. Some last until the character dies, and others last until they are triggered, like Old Geezer's Reflect. A character's stats profile is located at the very bottom of the screen. A character has 4 stats. They are health, movement, armor, and vulnerability. You can right-click on each of the 4 stats to see what they do. Health, movement, armor, and vulnerability. It is our turn in the ability phase again. Let's select Woody to see if he can hurt the character called Orcish Delight. Woody will use Lumber Swipe. He needs a roll of 3 and will do 5 direct damage. Let's see if he can do it. Awesome. Now take note. Orcish Delight only ended up taking 4 damage. That's because Orcish Delight has 1 armor. When a character dies, they will spawn a blue mana crystal. These are worth 1 mana. Grunts do not drop any mana since they are lesser creatures. Also, when a character dies, it will respawn at its corresponding graveyard at the start of the next round. After you and your opponent have completed all ability actions with your characters, the objective phase begins. Select a character to grab an objective. Let's select Ent Grunt. He will try to grab this mana crystal. If successful, we will receive 4 mana. You can right click the mana crystal to see the description. We capture an objective by selecting this gold bag here. The mana crystal is within the objective purple ring. By default, all objectives are captured on a roll of 3 or higher. I got a 5, captured. And you can notice that my mana value has increased to 4. When it is your turn, and when you have mana to spend, you can select a character and open its upgrades menu. Click on the arrow below your mana value after selecting a character. Then choose the upgrade you want and click on it to purchase it. The effects are implemented immediately. Also note that mana upgrades are permanent and persist even after a character dies. Our opponent made it a capture attempt. Now it is our turn again. Let's select Woody to capture this mana tower. Let's right click it to see what it's about. Once you capture me, you will score 1 victory point at the end of each round. I'll also grant you the speed of the mana gods for a short time. Interesting. We need to capture these objectives to win this game, so let's give it a try. Success! And Woody got a speed buff. Let's right click it. Increase movement by 20. This buff only lasts until the start of the next ability phase. Pretty cool. If it is your turn, and you don't think you can do any more valuable actions this phase with your characters, you can always end your phase. Just select one of your characters and press the flag icon. This will end your phase, and your opponent will continue making any remaining actions he has with all of his characters. The game ends when you score enough victory points. In this game called Chicken Roundup, I just need to capture one more chicken to achieve my score of 2. Once I hit the score of 2, the game is over and I win. If I were playing an online match, I would also receive mana power for winning or losing a match. If I win, I receive more mana power. I can use mana power to unlock characters. In this case, I was playing an offline match, so I didn't win any mana power. On the main menu, you can unlock items in the Unlock menu. There will be items to unlock with gold, and items to unlock with mana power. Characters are usually unlocked with mana power. You earn mana power by playing online matches. Dice, base, and grunt skins are usually purchased with gold. To get gold, you must purchase it by clicking the store button in the game menu. Purchases help the development of Mana War.